Janky was a garbage man, but he liked to think of himself as a treasure hunter. He worked for the city of New Simia, a metropolis of anthropomorphic apes who live in a society similar to the human one that had vanished long ago. Janky's job was to collect and dispose of the waste that the citizens produced, but he also enjoyed sifting through the trash, finding relics of the past. He had a collection of old books, magazines, toys, and gadgets, and other items that he kept in his apartment. He loved to read and learn about history and culture of the humans, who had once ruled the planet before they were wiped out by a mysterious plague. He wondered what it was like then, and how they lived, and what they dreamt of. He felt a connection to them, curiosity that none of his fellow apes shared. One day he found something that changed his life. It was a metal box with a button and a screen. He pressed the button, and the screen lit up. It showed a map of the world with dots and lines indicating locations and routes. He recognized some of the names: New York, Paris, London, Tokyo. He realized that it was a GPS device, a tool that the humans use to navigate and travel. He was fascinated by it. He wanted to see those places, to explore the ruins of human civilization. He decided to take the risk and use the device to guide him on an adventure. He took leave from his job, packed his bag with some supplies, and set off on his motorcycle. He followed the directions on the device, which led him to a highway that stretched across the land. He drove for hours, passing forests, fields, mountains, and lakes. He saw signs of human civilization: buildings, bridges, cars, billboards. Some were intact, some were damaged, some were decayed. He felt a mix of awe and sadness as he witnessed the remnants of a lost world. He reached his first destination, New York. He parked his motorcycle near a sign that read, "Welcome to New York City." He looked around and saw a skyline of skyscrapers, some standing tall, some leaning or crumbling. He walked through the streets, dodging rubble and debris. He saw shops and restaurants, theaters and museums. He saw statues and monuments and landmarks. He saw people, or rather, the skeletons, and clothes. He felt a chill as he realized he was walking among the dead. He entered a building that had a sign that read, "Empire State Building." He took an elevator to the top floor and stepped out onto the balcony. He looked at the view and gasped. He saw the whole city spread out before him, vast and silent graveyard. He saw the sun setting behind the horizon, casting a red glow over the scene. He felt a surge of emotion and realized he was witnessing something beautiful and tragic. He took out his GPS device and checked his next destination. It was London. He decided to spend the night in New York and continue his journey the next day. He found an old hotel that was still in good condition and checked in. He took a shower, ate some canned food and that he brought with him, and went to bed. He dreamed of the humans and their lives. The next day he woke up early and got ready to leave. He packed his backpack, took his motorcycle, and drove to the airport. He found a plane that was still functional and had enough fuel. He had learned how to fly a plane from the book he had found in the trash. He boarded the plane, started the engine, and took off. He flew over the Atlantic Ocean, following the directions on his GPS device. He reached his second destination, London. He landed his plane near the sign that read, "Welcome to London." He looked around and saw a city of bridges, towers, palaces, and churches. He saw the Thames River flowing through the city, reflecting the sky. He saw Big Ben, the London Eye, the Buckingham Palace, Westminster Alley. He saw people, or rather, the skeletons of people. He felt a chill and realized he was walking among the dead. He entered a building that had a sign that read, "The British Museum." He walked through the halls and galleries, looking at the exhibits. He saw artifacts, paintings, sculptures, and documents from different cultures and times. He saw the Rosetta Stone, the Parthenon marbles, the Sutton Hoo helmet, the Magna Carta. He saw history and art and knowledge. felt a mix of wonder and sorrow and realized he was witnessing something precious and forgotten. He took out his GPS device and checked the next location. It was Paris. He decided to spend the night in London and continue his journey the next day. He found a hotel that was still in good condition. Checked in. He took a shower and ate some canned food he had brought with him and went to bed. He dreamed of humans and their lives. The next day he woke up early and got ready to leave. He packed his backpack, he took his motorcycle and drove to the airport. He found a plane that was still functional and had enough fuel. He had learned how to fly the plane from a book he had found in the trash. He boarded the plane, started the engine and took off. He flew over the English Channel, following the directions of his GPS device. He reached his third destination, Paris. He landed the plane near a sign that read, "Welcome to Paris." He looked around the city and saw lights and romance and art. He saw the Eiffel Tower, the Arc of Triumph, the Louvre Museum, the Notre Dame Cathedral. He saw people, or rather, the skeletons of people and their clothes. He felt a chill and realized he was walking among the dead. He entered the building that had a sign that read, Louvre Museum. He walked through the halls and galleries looking at exhibits. He saw paintings, sculptures, jewels and relics from different cultures and times. He saw the Mona Lisa, the Venus de Milo, the Winged Victory of Samothrace, and the Code of Hammurabi. He saw beauty, mystery, and wisdom. He felt a mix of admiration and pity, and he realized he was witnessing something sublime and lost. He took out his GPS device and checked his next destination. It was Tokyo. He decided to spend the night in Paris and continue his journey the next day. He found a hotel that was in good condition and checked in. He took a shower, ate some canned food, and brought with him to bed. He dreamed of humans and their lives. The next day, he woke up early and got ready to leave. He packed his bag and took his motorcycle and drove to the airport. He found a plane that was still functional and had enough fuel. He learned how to fly the plane from a book he had found in the trash. He boarded the plane, started the engine, and took off. He flew over Asia, following his GPS device. He reached his fourth destination, Tokyo. He landed the plane near a sign that read, Welcome to Tokyo. He looked around the city and saw technology, culture, and innovation. He saw the Tokyo Tower, the Imperial Palace, the Shibuya Crossing, the Senjoji Temple. He saw people, or rather their skeletons and clothes. He felt a chill and realized he was walking among the dead. He entered a building that had a sign that read, The National Museum of Nature and Science. He walked through the halls and galleries looking at the exhibits. He saw fossils, animals, plants, minerals from different eras and regions. He saw a triceratops skeleton, a panda, stuffed animal, cherry blossom tree model, a meteorite collection. He saw nature, diversity, and evolution. He felt a mix of awe and grief as he realized he was witnessing something amazing and extinct. He took out his GPS device and checked his next location. It was Sydney. He decided to spend the night in Tokyo and continue his journey the next day. He slept in an old, decrepit hotel. He took a shower, ate some canned food that he brought with him, and went to bed. He dreamed of humans and their lives. The next day, he woke up early and got ready to leave. He packed his backpack and took his motorcycle and drove to the airport. He found a plane that was still functional and had enough fuel. He boarded the plane and started the engine and took off. He flew over Australia following the directions on the GPS device. He reached his fifth destination, Sydney. He landed the plane near a sign that said, Welcome to Sydney. He looked around and saw a city of sun, sea, and surf. He saw the Sydney Opera House, the Harbour Bridge, the Bondi Beach, the Taronga Zoo. He saw people, or rather skeletons of people. He felt a chill and realized he was walking among the dead. He entered a building that had a sign that read, Australian Museum. He walked through the halls and galleries. He looked at the exhibits. He saw animals, plants, and fossils and minerals from Australia and beyond. He saw the kangaroo skeleton, the koala stuffed animal, a platypus model, an opal collection. He saw diversity, uniqueness, and beauty. He felt a mix of wonder and sadness and realized he was witnessing something remarkable and gone. He took out his GPS device and checked his next destination. It was the last one, Sydney. He decided to spend the night in Sydney and return home the next day. He found a hotel that was in good condition and checked in. He took a shower and ate some canned food that he had brought with him and went to bed. He dreamed of humans and their lives. The next day he woke up early and got ready to leave. He packed his backpack, took his motorcycle and drove to the airport. He found a plane that was still functional and had enough fuel. He learned how to fly a plane from a book he found in the trash. He boarded the plane, started the engine and took off. He flew over the Pacific Ocean, following the directions of the GPS signal. He reached his final destination, New Simia. He landed his plane near the sign that read, "Welcome to New Simia." He looked around the city and saw apes and monkeys and other simians. He saw the New Simia Tower, the Capitol Building, Central Park, the Museum of Ape History. He saw people, or rather his fellow apes. He felt a warmth as he realized he was back among the living. He entered the building with a sign that read, "Home." He walked through the door and saw his apartment. He saw the collection of human relics, his books, his gadgets, his items. He saw his life, his passion, his hobby. He felt a mix of joy and loneliness as he realized he had completed his adventure. He took out his GPS and looked at it. He saw a map of the world with dots and lines that indicated locations and routes he had visited. He saw New York, London, Paris, Tokyo, Sydney, New Simia. He saw his journey, his memories, his experiences. He felt a mix of pride and nostalgia as he realized he had seen something incredible and rare. He put the device on the shelf next to the other relics. He smiled and sighed. He had done it. He had fulfilled his dream. He had seen the world of humans.